No, doing that. Oh. Hello, 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 hello. Right, I think we are live. Let me just double check. I had a little bit of an error come up with something to do with Facebook, so I'm just going to check that. Can I click or add it to broadcast? If you are joining me, do just drop a hello. This is the Fast Track FBA weekly support call to support you guys, really, just in your Amazon businesses. No, I can't do that. Um, and it's really here just to help you guys out. So if you've got questions, maybe there's something you're doing, do drop me a comment. I will just put my beautiful ask me questions, drop it down below. If you don't know, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I'm calling from Fast Track FBA. So I'm just double checking. Yeah, everything seems to be running fine. So guys, if you're here, there's a lot going on. We've had oh my god, we've had a lot of information, a lot of stuff come up for our Amazon business this year. Or this week, actually last night, we got a brand new Amazon loan offer, which is an incredible amount. If anyone followed me, Amazon had come back and offered me £250,000 Great British pounds, which is one heck of a lot of cash, like absolutely one heck of a lot of cash. And I don't, we've still got some money left from the previous loan, but that's pretty much going to get spelt up or sent up. So just it's going to be a big thing. So if you guys have got questions, do drop them down below. Obviously, let me know where you're calling from. Obviously, if I can help you, that'd be great. Right, Audrey, hi Tom, and Andre, I think it is. Sorry, my God, I'm sorry about that. I'm really bad. You were hoping to see crypto videos. Interesting enough, everyone's like crypto NFT. I won't lie. It's not my thing, and I will just share. I'm not into this is an Amazon thing, but if I just quickly share, and I really did think about this the other day, the reason why I'm not into crypto or NFT in a big way is the fact that if in the UK there's something that you used to be able to do called like match betting, and people are making good money, like 2,000-3,000 a month. They don't do it anymore. Like it's really changed. But my question was it was always me who had to do the work. It was me who had to do everything. And I was like, if I'm doing NFTs or like crypto, I'm the one having to do research. I'm the one having to work. And I'm not building this so that I have to work in 5 years' time. Yes, I can make good money, but like in 5 years' time, I want to be out. And like when I look at my business, and I was talking to someone just a minute ago, they were asking me about about it, and I was like, we make good money, and I work an hour and a half a week, and it's very consistent. That's the thing. It's not like I have to find something and then sell it and do it. Yes, we are doing arbitrage on it, but like you can do it with NFTs. For me, I'm just not. It's not something that I'm really looking at. So, there are lots of people doing really good money, and it does work. Right now, I'm just like I'm still building this, even at an hour and a half a week. I'm still like there's still so much more opportunity here. So let's do that, and then maybe hey, in a year's time, my God, if you can build an Amazon business which is doing 10 million a year in revenue, then maybe move on to something else. Make the cash. My God, like you're making like 10 grand net profit every month out of this. You just pump that into whatever you like, or more than that. If you're doing 1 million, 100,000 net profit a month, fantastic. Like absolutely fantastic. You'd be super super happy. How much crypto could you buy with that? But I think for me right now, it's just focus on the money machine right now. That's the important thing. So hence why I'm not into crypto. But this isn't a crypto show. This is an Amazon show. So if you guys here and you've got questions about Amazon, Q4, USA, UK, virtual assistants, do let me know. Drop in the questions. I'm here to help you. I'm really here to help you, so I can do that. So let me just have a quick look through. He said thank you for the VA. She's smashing it great. I'm really happy. That's good. Honestly, we've had lots of success with the VAs. And my God, like we've done over 300 now. Let me just check the group. Helps if I join the right group. 320 VAs we have in a private Skype group. So it's 320 VAs we've placed with our clients, which is fantastic. Yes, there are going to be problems. I never deny that, but I'd like to think we've added so much value to lots of people's businesses by helping them build a team, which is fantastic. So also, I've made lots of money with MB. I'm not sure what MB is. But hey, that's cool, guys. If you've got questions, do drop it down below. I'm here to help. I can talk about my own business, but I spend this time to support you in your Amazon businesses. Anything you want to ask me, I'll give you my honest opinion. I'll try and help you wherever I can. That's the point of this live call. So do drop the questions down below. And hey, if you like it, give me a big thumbs up. For some reason why it's not working onto the what do you call it? It's not working on the actual Facebook group, but I'm just going to quickly drop a link of the Facebook of the actual live right now into the USA Facebook group, because I appreciate some people might probably want to watch this, and then obviously they're gonna be like, so yeah, if I drop that in now, just give me 2 seconds. Hey all, problem with the stream to the group, join live now on YouTube. That's cool. Post. Cool. That's fine. So I'm just sharing that with the group. So now, so if anyone's in the group, they can join on Facebook. So let's just kind of come through. We've got a couple of questions coming through. Hugsy99, thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. I want to know if you have any videos on how to create an Amazon account if you're not from the USA. So assuming USA, we don't, unfortunately. We've got the content, it's going to be created, but we're probably going to put it into some kind of like course, because creating the USA account is not easy. And I promise you that there's a lot to it. If I just fire off with you, like kind of some feedback you want, look for a formation agent. The 2 places you're generally going to be looking if you're non-USA resident, and again, I'm not a tax advisor, Delaware or Wyoming. The other ones you can do, but they have harder reporting, or they have sales tax. And if you're doing OA, that's going to cause a problem, because you're going to have to pay, like Florida's like 7%, I think it is. So it's like you're paying extra 7% on your cost of goods. It's like, that's a lot of cost. I'd rather not have that. So if you're doing wholesale, you'll do your sales thing. But a lot of like retailers will be like, we don't offer sales tax rebates. So you need to do it in one of those 2 things. So, I won't kind of go into it. You can ship it obviously to like a zero tax prep center like New Hampshire. So the other one you really want to think about is you want a formation agent. You need bank accounts easy. Just use Mercury. But your EIN number is the hard one. Well, it takes time. So look at getting that. That's the thing. But it took us, the EIN took 3 months to get hold of. But we created an LLC. We did a C Corp. You can't do S Corp tax structure. You can do what's known as a pass-through, but then you have what's known as quite interesting tax repercussions. Again, I'm not an accountant. You need to speak to an accountant. So I hope that helps. Create an LLC. That's it. Create an LLC and speak to an accountant and a formation agent, and they'll do most of the work for you. So I hope that really helps. And then once you've got all that created and everything done, then apply for the Amazon account. But you've got to do all the corporate structure behind, which took us like 4 months. It was a really, really long time. I started in December, and actually we didn't actually create the company. Wasn't created until like May or April, so it took a really, really long time. That was in the height of COVID. So I hope that helps, Hugsy. Tom, what do you do with the stock of a certain brand if that brand makes an IP complaint? What do you do with the stock? Try to get a refund or return. All set through eBay. Great thing. Yeah, I think, look, depends. Sometimes we just take the hit. Sometimes, sometimes we take the hit. Sometimes we we will resell on eBay. If we can return, we can return sometimes. It's never easy, and it's a real pain. I think for you, you just got to like take it on the chin, even if it means that month you make a loss, or even like, you reduce your profits down. This is about a long-term gain. This isn't about, oh my God, this month I haven't made money. No, this is about, this month I haven't made money, but like in 5 months' time, I've still got an Amazon account which can sell and I can do stuff. So, this is not about every day you have to be making money. This is about always long term. Your goal is to stay in the game. The longer you can stay in the game, the more money you'll make. That's it. It's really interesting. It isn't about winning today, because winning today could mean that you lose tomorrow. And if you lose tomorrow, well, you're just going to lose out. So something really to think about there. But I hope that helps. Yeah, eBay or sell it. So Doug has mentioned, how soon after you got started with Argos Design? Day one, honestly. Doug, great question. It's not to say that I haven't done the prep myself. I have, and I knew how to do it, but I lived in London. I lived in a 3rd floor flat. And I always knew it was never going to be viable. Also, my previous business, I got a prep center to do that. I needed them to consolidate shipments from manufacturers or distributors and wholesalers to the supplier or to the end user, which was, we were a procurement company. So I had a prep center already, and they were already doing consolidation. And interesting enough, I asked about it, and then this guy reached out, and then actually was like, we do this stuff for Amazon, but like I can do it for you and another thing, and that was cool. So day one, always done it, but I have also prepped and had UPS pick up boxes because I wanted to learn the process. But day one, you just build it into your costs. And also as well, if you ever learned about me, I'm super lazy, like really, really super lazy. If it means I make a bit less money, but I have to do less work, I'll take that any day. Like I'm not here to do work which I don't think I'm necessarily having to do. There are, again, it's up to you. I'm just super lazy, so that's what I did. So yeah, if only I have to do it, I will do it. But if someone else can do it, then I'll always give it to someone else. I think my time's more valuable. So I hope that makes sense, Doug. And let me know when you're doing a prep center or where you're at the moment, and maybe if you want some like feedback or like options to think about the UK or USA, I can share that. Let me know in the comments down below. So great questions, by the way, guys. Honestly, great questions. Thank you. I will ask here. So I have an Amazon, Arlene, I have an Amazon UAE account. Fantastic. Is it possible to have an Amazon USA account too? What do I need to set up the USA account? Thank you. So just a top tip for you for USA. Yes, you can have a USA account. There is no reason why. You do what's known as Amazon Global Selling Program. So you have like, we have a UK account, and on our UK account, we do actually have the part of the global selling. I can just quickly drop down and change, say for example, it's called like Fast Track FBA. It'll be like Fast Track FBA, and I can sell on the UK, which is where we do our volume. And then also we sell on the US. We have the ability to ship directly to the USA if we want to. We can do it that way. We chose not to. What we chose to do when we did the USA was to create a whole new company and to a whole new company and then to sell there. The reason is we're not private label, we do arbitrage. And speaking to a guy who I know, a friend of mine, Seth Baker, he is a bookseller, and he said like at 15 book suppliers, if you're trying to use like a foreign credit card, only 5 of them would allow you to do it on their website. 10 of them would be like, no, sorry, we don't accept anyone outside the United States. So knowing that information, I said, look, you're right, and it just makes it easier if we're in the United States. It makes it so much easier. So what did we do? We created an LLC, and then we created that. And you are allowed multiple Amazon selling accounts as long as they're a legitimate reason. So people who, should we say, do private label, they might have a physical. They might have one company and multiple accounts under that company for each brand. That's absolutely fine. Again, read the terms and conditions and really ask Amazon. I'm not saying, don't take my word for it, because you might misinterpret what I'm saying. Or, for example, if you've got different corporate structures, or like, like Fast Track FBA and Tom's LLC, then they are 2 separate different companies, and they need 2 different separate Amazon selling accounts, even if they're selling on the same marketplace, just because they are separate companies. But the one thing you need to be careful of is you cannot sell the same products on the same marketplace with the 2 companies, because then that's potential manipulation, because you could win the buy box twice as often as someone else. So that's just something to be mindful of. Like you can't sell the same products. So be super careful. But I hope that answers. If you want to know, the other reason why I might recommend you create an LLC is there's a big problem right now in regards to if you do over 10K a month, the US Amazon are asking for insurance, proof of insurance, liability insurance up to 1 million. And there's a big thing recently, like all the non-USA based Amazon sellers are like, who's going to insure us? How can we do it? I'm sure it's probably been solved now, but it has been a problem. Just makes things a little bit harder. Well, obviously, if you're US based, you can do it, but just make sure you're making the profit. Things like accountancy costs do cost a lot more. So I hope that helps. Right, Andre. So, as you do OA in the UK, how does your team deal with the accounting side of things in terms of missing invoices or invoices that don't have VAT breakdowns? My team are really good. We just chase, like non-stop. Long story short, is you don't, okay, speak to your accountant, first things first. But my understanding of the way it works is you don't need an invoice for everything. You just need to have the majority of invoices. And if I would say you had 95% of invoices and you missed 5%, that would generally be okay. What you've got to think about is if you're getting a VAT audit or if you're being audited, you've got to show you've tried, you've made an attempt, and you're doing best practice procedures. So what does that look like? Well, at a fundamental level is to say that anything which is a new supplier you've never dealt with before and you've never seen a VAT number for, you need to get at least one invoice from them to prove that they have a VAT number. So let's say, for example, you've got like Tesco or Asda or like, I don't know, and one of the suppliers, and you bought 6 different orders and you're missing one invoice. Well, you could generally say that that invoice would be VATable because you can prove it with the other 5. So you could say it's a VAT registered company, you know that, and you know the items, and they're not like 0% VAT. So that would kind of work as far as I'm aware. I've never been audited, so I think we've got to be careful. So number 1 is that we have this, what do you call it? We have proof that the suppliers are VAT registered because we can prove it with other invoices. So there might be one we're struggling with. And then number 2 is the fact that if they are going to audit, what they're going to audit is the fact that they're going to audit the highest value items. If you've got like 10,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, and a £20 invoice, they're probably not really going to worry about the £20 invoice, but they will definitely worry about the 10,000 one because you're claiming 20% on that, £1,666 worth of VAT. So generally speaking, new suppliers and high value invoices are the priority to get. The lower value ones, the suppliers you've always got, if there's 1 or 2 missing, it's not the end of the world. But you've got to be able to show best practice and compliance. It's about, have you reasonably done everything possible to achieve that? And my team do it all. So I hope that helps. I hope that answers the question. And we have 3 admin VAs now across the 3 companies. And we're really just trying to train them, or not train them, we're trying to get it right, ready for the VA Academy admin side, because this stuff is hard. It's really, really hard. And I won't lie, VAT, if anyone's a US seller, is tricky. So that's the feedback on it. But I hope that helps. Andre, let me know in the comments down below if that's been helpful. So guys, if you've got questions, drop me down below, or even just let me know where you're calling from. Really good. Obviously, I'm going to try and power through all these questions. Again, I've got an hour with you guys. I'm here to help. I will share everything that I know with you. There's just my thoughts, and I'm not saying I'm right. Please don't look at me and think I'm an expert. I'm here to help. And thank you so much for spending time with me and listening. Honestly, I'm really I'm really happy to help you in your businesses, and hopefully you can see that with the videos and everything that we do. So let me know if you are here, and obviously just drop a hi where you're from. But if you've got any questions with Amazon, I do online arbitrage, USA, UK, VAs. I'm here to help. Honestly, I will help you. So what do we got here? Everett, Harry, hello. Love your work on Keep. I was wondering if you use tactical arbitrage, if you could share your view on the software. I don't use tactical arbitrage. Never have. I can't really comment about that. And thank you so much for the feedback on Keeper. Let me know if you like. Is there any other videos you'd like me to do, even about Keeper, or something maybe you're missing out on? So in regards to software, I'm not against it. I run in my UK business probably like 11 VAs, I think. Don't quote me. And at a fundamental level, I'm just quite a big believer of software is great and it really does speed you up. But there is one thing that I'd always be very, very mindful of, is that if you can find it on software everyone else can, there is no incentive through using software to minimize your competition, which is the one thing I'm just always aware of. So I personally, from my perspective, is about, you could give me the best deal in the world, £10 profit, 50% ROI, for example. I'm not saying it's the best deal in the world, but the idea is that everyone else got it. We know it's going to crash. But if I can find those deals that maybe are less competitive, then fantastic. So there's a balance. There really is, and I don't deny that. And I think for you, it's got to be about, if there's one thing that I really recommend, and we do it in the USS, so the Ultimate Sourcing Sheet, you can go on the Fast Track FBA and have a look at it, is that when you make every purchase, you track it to the sourcing methodology. And what you can do is you can see which sourcing techniques are delivering you not only like the most spend, but also actual profits. And my big worry about sourcing software is that the profits go down because everyone else finds them. So I just personally, we don't use it. We use VAs, and they do really well. Like my very best VA, she's probably doing like 11 to 15 grand spend a week. 11 to 15 grand. We're talking like £3,000 profit minimum a week, which is incredible. That's from one VA. So if you get them right and they know what they're doing, they'll just smash it. And I think that adds real value. But also as well, when you've got a team of VAs together, you can say, hey guys, there's like a sale on here, jump on it. And if you got it all right, they will work very well together and jump on it. And also they can do all the reorders and everything. So I'm not saying software is bad, I think it is, but I do think a VA is more powerful. But I do think software you can use in conjunction with a VA. But I personally think that VAs is where I believe the value is, and that's why we're doing like $250,000 a month now, and £250,000, and that's only with VAs. There is no software involved in that. So I hope that answers your question. But great question, yeah, and thank you for the feedback on Keeper. Let's kind of jump through. I'll try and go through these. What are the main Amazon seller events in the US that you'd recommend attending? Oh my God. I don't know. It needs to be for what you're doing. I just go join the groups, ask the questions, join loads of them, but you need to make sure it's in your right niche. Attending a private label group with an online arbitrage seller is not worth it. Even wholesale has its benefits. If you ask me, the events are cool, but it's the networking which you really like. Why? Because like we do tell people, you get told the stuff, and like I went to a 3-day event, the Proven conference, and it was cool. Like I learned a few things, it's great, but I learned so much more with the networking. So I would really be more mindful about who's attending the events rather than the event itself, and how you can network with them. That's the big thing. So build your network, and you're trying to build the relationship. Why? Because then you can ask the great questions, and you'll probably get some very clear and specific answers. I'm having chats with people at like that conference, and oh my God, like I'm sharing stuff with people which they pay a minimum of like $300 an hour for. So, but I'm just having a chat with them over a beer. So that's the value which you make sense of, and I learned a lot as well. So definitely, I think it's the people that you should go to, but ask in the groups. I think really asking the groups. In the US, I'm not really hot. I'm not really hot. And it's the interesting one. If I just tell you, like I went and spoke at a Tampa event in Florida, Tampa, Florida. I did a presentation, and I met a guy who I know who's doing like 4 million a year on Amazon, or this year he will in wholesale, which is fantastic. But he knows someone who's doing 120 million a year. Now you'd never, operating at that level is like, I didn't even think this stuff's possible, but like 120 million a year wholesale, next level. And that's about it. Like just meeting people, that's what you're really going for. So be very mindful of that. So Harminder, congratulations on the new Amazon loan. Are you going to take it? If you don't know, Amazon offered me £252,500. It's a lot of cash, maybe like 300,000 US. Don't know. We'll see how it goes. I need to speak to my ops manager later on today. The question is, can we use it? We'll see. Be a really big Q4 though. Money was always going to be a problem, but we shall see. Let's go. Right. Thank you for asking. Thanks for saying. Veronica, hi Tom. I watched your video where you mentioned that the barcode is not necessary. So I'd like to know if there is no program with Amazon if we specify the barcode listing. Okay, let's just be crystal clear. You're talking about shipping to Amazon, probably through FBA. You can choose to have a barcode from the manufacturer or put your own barcode on. So if I get some of this product, which is like deodorant for foot spray, I know, wonderful stuff. It's got a barcode on there. So it's already got a barcode. So that barcode allows me not to have to put my Amazon FBA label on. So I can just use that barcode already, as long as it's in the Amazon directory and it links to the right product. But if there is no barcode on the product, everything has to have a barcode. There's no way they'd be able to manage it. So long story short is, if it's already got a barcode on and it links to the right product on Amazon, you can use that one. That's being called commingling using the Amazon barcode. That's absolutely fine. There are reasons why you might want to do that. We don't. We put our own sticker on top of that. So we put our own Amazon FBA label on, and that's what we do with our products. So I hope that makes sense. But everything needs to have some kind of scannable barcode, whether it's the manufacturer or your own FBA label, to manage within the warehouse. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments down below. Kieran has popped in. Hello from London. Hey, I'm going to be there. I'll be back in December. Booked my flights a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago. So really, really happy about that. I'm planning my road trip now. So excited. How much is your product list from VA? We do sourcing deal sheets, UK and USA, if you want to know. The UK starts about £70 a month. US is about $100 a month. And if you want VAs to do sourcing for you, which I really recommend, UK is about £600, $597. US about $847. And that's the cost to train up and support you for 12 weeks. Really, really good service. Have a look on the Fast Track FBA website. You can literally do fasttrackfba.com/VA. that's all. Get there. As I said at the beginning, we've done 320 VAs this year, so that's good. Let's just come through. If guys, you've got questions, do drop them down below. So thank you very much. Andrea said, yeah, that was very good. Thank you. Great. Glad I could help you. Honestly, really, really helpful. That. Thank you. What we got here? Did you just mention Admin VA Academy? We're thinking of doing ourselves training, but then given the experience we have with sourcing VA from the Academy. Yes, we are. Look, I'm going to be honest. We talked about 2 months. It should be about a month away. I think it's probably going to be Q1. Like, I really do. It's going to be a real, like, this. I don't think you, like, a lot of Amazon sellers don't understand the accounting side, and we've got to try and train VAs to not only understand the accounting side, but also to get the accounts in the right way. The thing which we're trying to do with the academy is we're not trying to help you run your business your way, not at all. We're trying to literally copy my business the way it's run from an accounting and administrative perspective and give you that. And the reason is we don't really understand how you run your business and the way you set it all up, but we do understand how my business runs, and my team understand it very well. They sit down and report to me the full profit and loss, the full, what do you call it? The full profit and loss, the full, balance sheet every single month, so they understand it in the way it is now and the way it's constructed and the way when it goes wrong, like when things are wrong, what might be happening. But it takes a lot higher level knowledge to be able to do that in a different way. So at a fundamental level, the Admin VA Academy is something we're looking at, but it's a real challenge. It really is, hence why it's taking so much longer than we expected. But I hope that helps. So if I had to be honest, Q1 next year, like I'm really just putting it out there, but like even then that's just going into testing, and there's a lot of demand already, just because we're trying to copy what I'm doing, which we can do, but it's about getting it right. So I hope that makes sense. And that's another service we'll bring from the VA Academy. So great question, by the way. Julius, are you still hiring, sir? Trying my luck here. By the way, your videos are all on point. Great, you've helped me a lot understanding. Fantastic. Great, glad to help. We're always hiring. Look at, I think it's like, go onto the website, top right, resources work for us. You can do it. If you have applied and failed, you've got to wait 6 months, you can apply again. So do check that out. But hey, thank you for applying, and do try it again. Honestly, now you know what you're doing. You've been watching the videos. Thank you very much for the feedback. So let's kind of go through. If you've got questions, I will power through them. Hugsy99, I am in the process of making a team of VAs. Fantastic. I have 5 new members added in my team, but I don't understand what tasks to assign them. How do I identify specifically every single task? How do you do it? Great question. Top thing I would say, if you hired from the VA Academy, come join me on the weekly live call. I talk about, and by the way, that's only for Fast Track FBA VA Academy members. You get an hour with me every single week, specifically about VA Academy, VA stuff. We give you a lot of information on the MBA workbook, which is going to support you in your business. And at a fundamental level, we really help our clients. And it's not just like for 12 weeks, it's actually for pretty much, we just carried it on for them. So long story short, I'd really recommend that because I can give you a lot more detail on a lot of things. But my top tip for you is, again, I can tell you what we do, but it doesn't mean it's going to help you. Hopefully right now you're running a successful business by yourself. And when you've got your 5 VAs, which is a lot to train, by the way, is that you've already understood how your business works, and then you can train them on those different points. Because like, if I put it in a way, I have like purchasing manager, admin assistant, sourcing VAs, 3 roles, and we just scale that way. And we actually we have an assistant purchasing manager now as well. But the idea is to say that I know a lot of people who run like sourcing VAs, deal checkers, pre-checkers, and there's quite a big hierarchy, and that's just not how I run it. So like, I don't know how you want to run it or what you do, and it's up to you about what's the process that's going to make it most efficient, and then defining that. If there's one thing I'd really recommend, go onto my YouTube channel, type in how to train an admin VA, and there's a really good downloadable sheet which you can use to help you, number one, identify the products that you're doing, you're working on, like the jobs, and then number 2, you can allocate the training of it and how you do it. And I talk it through, so the sheet kind of like breaks down the tasks, how often you need to do them, where's the training guide, etc. And then number 2 is the fact that you can just use that to support you in training these VAs up. So well done to you for building 5 VAs. If you're part of the VA Academy, come join me. I'll give you a lot more information on that in the private call. That's in about 1 o'clock today, my time, so Eastern, Mexico City time, maybe like Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and it's in a private Facebook group or a Zoom call. So if you're part of that, you'll have it. But otherwise, download that How to Train an Admin VA. That will really help you. So Olivia, I'm set up in the USA, based in Spain, but feeling overwhelmed to get started as I'm a sole seller. Is there a step-by-step process you follow to keep that overwhelm down from sourcing to listed? Top tip, I just really recommend it. Go on to fasttrackfba.com, the main page. It has sign up for a free course. It's a 7-day free course. It has it all there. Do that. That's super simple. It just kind of talks you through each step. Number 2, we do sourcing lists if you're interested in that. And then number 3, my top tip for you, and thank you for the question, by the way, and it's very, very common. At the end of the day, while on YouTube and Facebook, we do probably make this look easy, at the end of the day, we're running a business. Like, this is like actual proper business, like, you can scale. We're doing like 2 million. We'll do 2 million this year. We're on 1.6 so far in the last 12 months, and that's big numbers. That's bigger than a lot of businesses. So this has the ability to grow very rapidly, and as a result, it is a proper business. So don't be worried that you're feeling overwhelmed. That's very, very normal. I think for you is, number 1, just go through it and learn the process. Like, buy something, ship it in, get it sold. Don't worry about making profit. Like, even if you lose money on that first order, I'm not saying you should be looking to lose money, but first thing is about understanding how the business works. That's fine. And then you can go through, and then you can start, okay, well, I know the process now. It wasn't profitable, but I now know the process is great. Now the job is continue that process, but now become profitable. The biggest thing in this game in Amazon is about speed and velocity, and like spending your money, reinvesting it as quick as possible, getting it back in there. Cash isn't king, stock is king. If you've got stock in Amazon, you're going to make money. If you've got cash in the bank, it's not doing anything. So, and why do I say that is because that's where you want to be. But right now it's about, in order for you to get there, you need to have confidence in the model and the way it works, and domain knowledge. So take your time, step by step, go through the course. It'll talk you through. Join the Facebook groups. We've got a USA and a UK one. Just fasttrackfba.com/Facebook. It'll send you to the right one. And then really just do that. And that's going to be super simple. So, and I think the question is for you is step by step. Really step by step. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't say that I have to be doing too much. Like, my God, like, this is just one step at a time. Write down the whole list of everything you want to know, organize it, just tick one thing off at a time. That's it. Every day, what do I want to learn today? What do I want to learn today? Allocate time to do the job and time to learn about the next bit. So well done for starting out. It's always a challenge, I don't deny. But hey, this is a real business, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed, and it's okay to feel stressed about it. And like, I don't know, because it is a real business. It isn't just like something on the side. You can do millions of dollars a month in this. It's like crazy. So it's absolutely fine. But I hope that's helped. Let me know in the comments down below. And slowly take your time, step by step, ask lots of questions. And when you do ask questions, just be mindful of the people you're following. Look for people who have a lot of experience. They know what they're talking about, not like some random person who's like giving you something, because a lot of the advice sometimes you see you're a bit like, that's questionable. So I hope that helps. So Cozzy, I think that's right. Hey, as someone who's interested in doing reverse wholesale sourcing, I was wondering if we need a website. I've been asked for when contacting brands for price listing before. You shouldn't, but some wholesalers might ask you. It's up to you. I think the real question is you could always just go back and say, hey, look, sorry, it's under design right now. We don't have one right yet, or it's being redesigned. See what they say. But like, if you could just spend $100 and get someone to make you a one-page website from Fiverr, for example, through WordPress. Super simple. That could be an option. I think for you, like, only if you really need to do it, and if you're getting opposition from wholesalers because you don't have it, then cool, definitely ask. Look at that. But I think you should be okay. But then I do think people check it out. They want to know who you are. You're buying. They want to do business. So right now it might be like, hey, it's in development. We're just updating it. It's not live yet. And a quick thing, I'm guessing when you're speaking to wholesalers, you do actually have like a like a Tom at like fasttrackfba.com. Like that is your email address. You don't have like the Tom at gmail.com. Like if you do have the Gmail, like get rid of that. Go buy a domain like today, because if you're a wholesaler and you're dealing with someone with Gmail, they're like, nah, I'm not dealing with you. But if you're dealing with like someone, a proper domain, then cool. And then because you own the domain, then you can obviously put, the fasttrackfba.com, you can put the website up there. So I really, really recommend that. I don't think the website's so necessary, but I do think you should probably get one in the long run. And it might just be the case that you spend go find someone else's website, copy and paste it and put it on there. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just find someone else's website and then pay someone a $5 and be like, copy that, put my brand name on it, make it right, done. Like that makes your life so much easier. But it should be fine. It should be fine. Just make sure you're not using a Gmail email address. Hope that makes sense. And let me know in the comments down below if that helped. Veronica, I'm starting with Amazon. So do you recommend to send to FBA smaller quantities of different products or big quantities of the same product? If you're just starting out, I promise you this, spread your risk. Spread your risk. Do lots of different products. Why? You might buy something with an IP complaint. You might buy something that's going to make a loss. Amazon might jump on the listing. There might be too many sellers on the listing to be something. Lots of different products to start with. Once you've figured out the model and the system, then when you feel confident, you can go bigger quantities. But right now, just do like different products across the board. That's because it's about spreading your risk. If you put $100 into one product and it fails, well, you lost that. But if you put $100 into 10 products, $100 into 10 products, one of them fails, well, the other 9 might make you money. So, and I always, if you think about it this way, when I talk about the Amazon arbitrage model, and even wholesale, by the way, you're going to buy 10 products. Now, for every 10 products, one is going to do super well. You're like, wow, that's amazing. Like, wow, we just smashed our profit. 2, probably like 5 actually are probably going to do like, or 6 are going to do what you expected. They make you nice money, but it's not like wow, but it's like cool, good, happy with that. You're going to have 2 which are going to break even. Like you're not going to make money off them. You're like, oh, they've been sat there for a while, clearing down, we're going to break even. And one of them you're going to lose money on. And if you think about it, 70% of your products are going to make you money, 30%, 20% are going to break even. You're not losing anything, but you're not making anything, and then 1% you're going to lose money. And people do look at that one product and go, "Oh my God, I can't do this model anymore. I'm losing money." You're like, this is never about one product. This is about the whole collection of products, and all 10 products together, total profit is you're making money. But there will be products in your inventory where you lose money. Unfortunately, you aren't able to predict the future, and things do happen. So just be very, very mindful of that. So Veronica, I hope that helps. Let me know down in the comments. So IL, will you try selling on Walmart soon if you're filming from your FBA stocks? It is not risk-free to test your ASIN sales volume and potentially higher margin. Good question. So selling on USA, we're selling in the US. Like we're not like last month we did 23,000. That was month 4, I think. $23,000 in sales. If you ask me, I wouldn't even consider getting into Walmart until we get into wholesale. We're doing OA at the moment, and I would probably think about, I'd probably think about like the other factor. I need to be doing at least 100K a month in sales. The reason is look, you can do whatever you like. If you've got a product which you're buying all the time and you're replenishing it, it's the same products, and you can ship it to another sales channel, fantastic. But by the very model of OA, online arbitrage, your supply runs out quite rapidly and you're having to find new products, or maybe you can buy something again. But at a fundamental level, what are we looking to do? Well, every time we diversify into a new sales channel is just another challenge. Like it's another whole business we've got to learn. So for me personally, I wouldn't until I've got very stable supply of a certain product, which I think we can take over there. And again, that'd be from supply chain where I can get it all the time. So it's a great question. We do $250,000 a month on Amazon UK, and we still don't sell on eBay. We do like nothing on eBay. So long story short is I'm not really looking at diversifying because I still think there's so much more opportunity we can do in the one channel. But if we've got a product which is always selling, then yes, we'll look at other channels. I hope that makes sense. Great question. If that's good, let me know in the comments down below. Guys, if you've got questions, do let me know. We've got about 20 minutes. I've got another 5 here, and obviously here to help you. So do let me know if you've got questions down below. I'm here to help, or just let me know where you're from. Got a lot of people in the call today, so really grateful for that. So Everett, what is the cost of VA Academy training in dollars? Is it for arbitrage or wholesale? So it's arbitrage only. We do online arbitrage. We do have people who do wholesale who use it, but we don't teach wholesale. What we teach is deal analysis. So they can do the analysis of the deals and go find the deals, but also we don't do wholesale. So just be mindful. We have had wholesalers buy the service, get the great, at a fundamental level, what are you looking for? The one thing we do it all really well, I like to think. But the one thing people really like is that we always hire great people. We spend a lot of time doing recruitment. So hiring, if you hire the wrong VA and teach them in the best way possible, there's still going to be a problem. But if you hire a great person and then train them right, you're going to have a VA who lasts you for a long time. And that's where we really add value. It's about, not just the training and the aftercare, but also it's the actual hiring the right person. I think we have a ratio of like 200 applications, people physically applying, going through a test, and then we hire one of them. So it shows you the kind of cut rate, and all 200 are assessed through automated and manual means. Cost in dollars, 847. Have a look at fasttrackfba.com/VA. fasttrackfba.com/VA. You can do it, and you can book in a free 30-minute call. So if you are interested, you can book in a free 30-minute call on that website and have a chat with one of my team, and they will just tell you answer all the questions for you. So let you know. But hey, I hope that helps. Everett, let me know in the comments down below if that's been useful. Veronica has come in. Is it necessary to invest in Amazon ads in order to sell? No. Short answer is no. Again, UK, we do $250,000, $300,000 a month, and we don't spend a single penny on PPC. If you're selling, if you're doing like arbitrage or you're doing wholesale and you're selling on existing listings which already have sales velocity, then no, you don't. If you are creating new listings, then I think probably yes, you do. So if you're selling products that already exist on the Amazon catalog, already have sales velocity, then my short answer would be no. A lot of people do PPC. They call it like penny PPC, like very low value. You can definitely do that. My personal thoughts on it are that we can't buy enough stock to sell right now at the value we want. So I'm not really interested in trying to sell more of the stock that they can't replenish. So my thing is until I get replenishable items, and I do mean like we do replenish a lot of our stock, 80%, but I still think at the fundamental level, I want to be able to buy it a lot, big bulk and volume all the time. And I think that for me, that's the real thing, is about being able to get great supply. Once I get great supply, consistent great supply, then I will drive the PPC. But right now we're just, we're still trying to spend more and more money every week. I think last week we spent like £70,000, and we still got more we want to spend. So until we get that, we're not going to invest in ads. It's just not really beneficial. But you can. A lot of people do it, and they do. For you, I think just try it, test it, see if it works. But don't go throw money good after bad. If that was, there's no need to advertise something if you've got limited supply and you can't restock it. Is what I'm really trying to say, because you might as well just sell it at the full price and not pay advertising fees on top of that. Hope that helps. Let me know in the comments down below. Olivia's come in. Thanks for answering my questions. Super helpful. Glad I can help you. Honestly, really, really good. And hey, great question. Thank you for joining. Honestly, really, really good. I'm pleased I can help you and add value. Do come back and ask more questions. And again, just take it easy. No pressure. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Your job is to be in this game 10 years from now, hopefully running the team, and they're going to help make you the money. So that's great. Cozy, I think that's right. Cozy, yeah, thanks for the advice. I really appreciate it. Glad I can help. Honestly, really good. Good luck with the wholesale. Let me know how you get on. Honestly, something that we'll be doing in the US next year. So it's on there. So great. Thank you. Newman, I think that's how you pronounce it. Zafar, how to choose niche category. Mind blown. I do a lot of videos on like I do online arbitrage where we buy from Walmart, sell on Amazon. So long story short, if you want to know the top categories, do look at my channel. Honestly, there's lots of videos on like the top categories for new sellers, the top categories we're selling in. We do share that information. And it does change. Like if you're a new seller getting started, it's different categories. We learned that. So I think that's something super important. But do niche. My God, you could sell in like toys and games if you want, as long as it's making money. I don't really care about the category. I just care about the products. As long as we're making money, that's the big point. So don't worry too much about the category, unless you're doing like private label, and then there's a whole nother conversation, but I don't really know the answer. But niche category, cool. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really think about it. We just buy them. As long as we can buy it and make money, that's all we care about. So IL says, yes, makes sense, Tom. Good. Glad I can help. Fantastic. Olivia said, do you do any lifting optimization on this? No. We will. We really will. But I think the real question comes is, until you can get very good supply and you're constantly reordering those products, like if I'm buying like, I don't know, if I'm buying like 100 of them and then they're going to sell out, like if I can sell 100 on the existing listing, well, I'd rather my team just spend time finding the next product we can buy. But if I'm going to buy 100 and then buy more 100, keep going, then I might do listing optimization. But really, it's not something that I'm interested in, because the listings that I'm selling on already have like good sales velocity. They're working. So I'm not really interested. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the thing. So I hope that helps. And again, keep it simple. Pick your battles. We're still doing 300,000 US a month in the UK. No listing optimization, no PPC. Team of VAs, very generic arbitrage, buy low, sell high, just general stuff. No like custom bundles, anything like that. And at the fundamental level, we make good money and it's simple, and we can still do a lot more of it. And the idea is when that kind of like that direction runs out, we can't do any more of it. Cool. Now let's move into looking at listing optimization and maximizing what we've got. But right now, there's still so much more we can do. And again, Olivia, I come back to you. You're just starting. Pick your battles, make it super simple, understand the model, just do one thing and do it really, really well. Don't try and do everything. And you're going to hear a lot of stuff like, oh, you need to be doing listing optimization. You need to be doing PPC. Like, no, you don't. You just need to be buying shit and selling it. That's it. Very simple. Very, very, very simple. And just keep it simple. My God, Einstein said it, any fool can make something complex. It takes an intelligent person to keep it simple. And I think for you, as anyone doing business, is about really define what works in your business and just keep doing that. And it might be that there's more profit to be made somewhere else. Completely agree. There always is. But like, you can go jump on like NFTs tomorrow and make profit if you understand what you're doing. And I'm not saying I do, or that you can make profit, but like, there's always somewhere to make more profit. But at the end of the day, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We're not here to like be just getting every single ounce of profit. My God, like, doesn't matter if you leave some money on the table, that's fine. Just keep doing what you're doing really well. It's the bread and butter stuff, and it's the consistency which will get you there. So I hope that makes sense. Everett, thank you. Answer the question, really appreciate it. Good. I'm glad I can help you. Guys, what's the difference between replenishable OA and wholesale? Replenishable OA is apparently when you can rebuy it. Look, I'll give you some stats. Amazon Lit, these guys do 50 million a year in wholesale. By their own admission, they only replenish about 50% of the products they purchase from wholesalers. Like, why we have the thought process or the belief, the imagination that wholesale is completely replenishable. It isn't. Wholesalers run out of products. Their prices change, etc. The guys who are doing the volumes, these guys are shipping a full truckload every day from their warehouse to Amazon. It's a full 40 pallets. It's a lot of work. 50 million a year, like 4 million a month. And they're saying we only reorder, we're only able to reorder 50% of the products from the wholesalers. That's crazy. And they do with manufacturers as well. Now on OA side, I'm going to give you a stat, and we've got to just be very careful here. My definition of a replenishable in online arbitrage is a product which I can buy today, which I have previously on ASIN that I bought today, I've previously bought at any point over the last 365 days. So it might be that I bought it in February and then I buy it again in October. I couldn't buy it between, but because I bought it in February, I classify it as a replenishable because things come in and out of season, in and out of stock, in and out of price, and because of that, I'm replenishing it because I already know it. but it's only within the last year. Now, under that definition, and that is a super broad definition, we replenish about 85% of our ASINs. But it isn't what Amazon Lit do. They're talking about like, can I buy something today and then again tomorrow and the day after? And they're like, we can't. So again, it's what your measure of success is. Even OA replenishable isn't replenishable. Even wholesale isn't replenishable. If you think about it, I can buy it and keep rebuying it. It just doesn't exist. You're always going to have to keep looking for new products, negotiating good deals, etc., etc. Things come in, things come out of stock. That's the very nature of what we do. It's never like you can buy one product and just keep selling it. If you want that, that's private label, and that comes with a whole other thing, and I don't know about that. So I hope that makes sense. It's not exactly the answer, but I think it's something really, really important. So IL, let me know in the comments down below. Guys, we've got about 9 minutes and then I need to finish up. So I've got 3 more questions, but quickly drop any questions in and I will answer them. So I've got definitely need coffee. So massive action, Sean Gilbert, boom. Are you taking the loan? So if you don't know, I got offered £252,000. There's a lot of cash, like 300,000 US. That's crazy. We had one of 130, we had 121. A month later, they offered 130. Maybe a month later, I don't know. I haven't really looked. They offered us 256,000, which is insane. 252, I don't really know. It's a lot of cash, a lot of cash. Don't know, Sean. Really don't know. Need to do the assessment. We're ramping up. Q4 is here. We're trying to do 1 million over Q4. I won't lie. Pardon me. Having that much cash, $250,000 would be very nice. It's certainly going to help you. Don't know. You can't just take on like that volume of cash and be like, yeah, fine. It has, can you fund the deals to spend it on? Can you manage the cash flow? Can your logistics operation, like my God, my warehouse, like you look at my 12-month, Amazon seller thing. Last year we were doing £80,000, like this time last year per month. I think maybe next, like what are we at so far? Like we're only on the 18th of this month, and where am I right now? I'll see if I'll show it to you. I think like month to date, I don't really know. This month to date, we're on 150,000. So you could say we'll end on 300,000 for the end of the month, which I think would be very reasonable. Like you can kind of see there. You can see that. So like you can see it's just going up and up and up. Can your logistics deal with that? That's going to be there's so many things, and if you can't handle it, all you're doing is paying interest. It would be like 20 grand interest, 10% on interest. So I think it's 10.9%. So it's going to be super interesting. But we shall see. Good question. Thank you, Sean. I will let you up. I'll keep you updated. Veronica, thanks for your help, Tom. I will leave this video. Will you leave this video? Yeah, it's live. You need to go to like look at my videos. Instead of looking at the videos, go to the live videos and you'll be able to watch it. So I hope that helps. So glad I can help you. Great. Olivia said, when would you recommend adding a sourcing VA into things? Really short thing. Minimum, you understand the model from all the way through. Number 2, you know what a good deal looks like. If you hire someone to help you and you can't explain to them what you're trying to do, and you can't explain to them why a deal is good or bad, then how can they go and find more of what you want? So like, just be very mindful that you need to be able to find it. And then number 3, get it right, Tom, is I reckon minimum, absolute minimum, £4,000 or $5,000 available cash to spend. And that might be on a credit card, which is absolutely fine. The reason is if you hire a VA today, you've got to pay for the VA, to the one-off fee, us or even do it yourself, and you've got to pay for their payroll. We're talking about $500 a month. So they're going to start today. They're going to find you a product. That product's probably going to take 2 weeks to go from you buying it to your warehouse or house and then to the Amazon to be ready to be sold on sale. So 2 weeks. Then it might sit in Amazon, best case scenario, 1 month, and then you sell it on Amazon. Then it takes 2 weeks for that money to come back again because they hold it for 2 weeks. So that whole cycle is 2 months. Now, in that 2 months, when you bought that one product and sold it and made your, 30% ROI, for example, 40%, you've just had to pay out 2 lots of $500 for the VA's wages. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the VA finds you deals, they invest in the deals, they buy and they get sold, they generate enough cash to cover the payroll for that period of time, and obviously make you profit on top. And I've seen it, and I've even done it myself, whereby I've hired VAs, and actually when we look at after costs and how much money we're making and the velocity of money, we're like, man, I'm actually losing money. Like my first couple of VAs, I was losing money on. I didn't realize it. So that was like 4 years ago. So just be very mindful. But £4,000 or 5,000 US. Understand the business and know the model. That's it. And as long as you can help, I hope that helps, Olivia. 5 minutes, guys. Final questions, 5 minutes. I'm going to fire through them and then go from there. So I'm going to be super quick. David Plant, starting to feel demotivated because most masons have been tanked. Do you think this market is just saturated now for new starters? Hold fire. Like I do get you. I do understand what you're saying. Maybe do a review of your ASINs, like when you bought them. Whenever we buy something, we record the sale price at the time and then monitor it. I think for you, just if you're in the UK, we have seen. We look at our. Obviously, I'm across by like 700 ASINs, so we do see the ROI on them, and it has eroded. But I do think that Q4 is going to be an interesting time. Logistics problems, and also as well like lots of supply problems. So it could be that this is like a slight tanking before the sales velocities go up. And the big problem now is people might have problems just shipping stuff in. So you might want to hold your prices and say, actually, right now, give it about a month. Middle of November, you'll start to see sales come back or pick up. So that means that the lower sellers are going to clear out their stocks quicker. The higher prices will come up. So if anything for you, David, I think it's a certainly very valid question. Do Q4 and then just keep doing what you're doing until January and then reevaluate. If you've done, because this is the best time. The last thing you want to do now is get out in like 1st of November and be like, I'm out of the business, I'm not doing it anymore. And then everyone's like, man, October was a tough month, but November I smashed it. December, the profits are crazy. You're like, oh, I should have stayed in. You get in, stay until January, and just make an assessment then. But I do understand what you're saying. Like, it is hard, and we have seen ROIs erode. Hope that makes sense. Arminder's come in. Do you think Amazon offered you another loan because your revenue increased from? Yes. 2 things I said about this in my previous loan. 2 things. Number one, revenue increased, but also stock holding. I generally believe stock holding has a value on the loan amount. And if you look at my stock holding figures, and we did a P&L review on Friday, sorry, I'm talking very fast, my stock holding has doubled in the last 4 months. And what was really interesting is when we took the first loan to 121,000, my revenues went from like 120,000 when we got the 120,000 up to like 200,000, but they only offered me another £9,000. So like 121,000. The next loan was 130,000, but my revenues increased dramatically. But the interesting thing we did see is that my stock holding went down dramatically because we cleared a lot of old stock out. And what I was like, wow, that means I assume stock holding has some element of it. If you look at the terms and conditions, when things go wrong, they come in after your stock and take the stock away from you. So they sell it on your behalf. They take control of it to pay back the loan. So I do think stock has an element as well. So we've got a much more stock and much more revenue, and we got hence got a bigger value loan. Great question. Sean, massive action. What's the lowest ROI you take, Tom, after prep fees sending to Amazon? I think we go minimum about 15. I think it's 15, but it's got to be a really good product, super fast selling. We try to aim for 20, like we do. And I think our ROI global is around about 20. I think we've seen erosion over the last couple of weeks. So again, coming back to what David said, we do feel that. So, but I think, for you, that's after prep fees, everything else. So just got to be mindful. Final question for the day, IL, thanks. How would you define wholesale in your business if you do that in the future, as it involves reorders and okay, OA is just buying from like online. Wholesalers buying from what's known as authorized supply chain, distributors, wholesalers, manufacturers. That's it. It's not about the ability to reorder anything. It's about where they are in the distribution chain, supply chain. And if they are knowingly selling business to business, so like a wholesaler will sell B2B, but a retailer will be expecting you to be a consumer, not a business, because they're selling to you as a consumer. So that's the thing. So I hope that makes sense. Stupid answer. And then Sean, I'm going to try new products and more profit, less ROI. Yeah, cool. If you've got the money, fantastic. Guys, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this, give me a big thumbs up. Drop me a thank you down below. And obviously, I will be here same time next week. Thank you for all the questions. So many. I'm glad I can help you. And thank you for joining, watching, listening. this is about helping you guys. So honestly, thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep smashing it. You know, this is the busiest time right now. It's like the lull before the storm. The storm starts about middle of November. We don't know what's going to happen. It's just an exciting time. There's so much going on. But hey, great questions. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Have a great week, and I'll catch up with you same time next week. Bye bye.